Ladies and gentlemen, if last week we have seen that Mr. Freddy already had a show, which is Mr. Freddy's show. They invited several veterans. Today, our channel, we're going to do same too. So, what will happen today? I believe all of you know that. How many of you have heard General Dwight Eisenhower? Anybody? Any takers? No. Yeah, because you doesn't like to read. Reads a lot. Okay? A lot of things can be learned by read. History will tell us something. Okay, so read and read. Okay, gentlemen. Next, before we proceed, I would like to call upon my panels. This is our serviceman, and I also invited some historians, which is experts on this military aspect and political aspect. Yeah. Come on, stand together, gentlemen. Can you stay a bit longer? Audio man, please stop the music. You just make me feel so bad with that music. Okay, anyway, thank you for that music. Gentlemen, how are you, doctor? Are you good?
Fine.
Yeah, so good. Yeah?
Doctor first.
Dr. Funeral, okay? So what are you doing here?
Actually, this is my patient.
Oh, your patient?
Sonato.
Okay.
Last 2 years, he's been attacked by stroke.
Alright.
His half body is paralyzed.
Right.
So if can, for this session, because he still need to do the...
Okay. We will ensure that he will be in good condition during this show, okay? So you can take your seat there. Okay, thank you, doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, doctor, it's just video talks, okay? Doctor, are you okay? Yeah, let's see. Okay, gentlemen, this is our forums for today. Start from the left-hand side, which is Mr. Stephen Ambrose, who's an expert in the military history. And then followed by Mr. John Barnes. Please do not laugh. That's why I said that you lack of readings. John Barnes is really one of historians, okay, not the footballer, okay. And then followed by Mr. Spencer, which is the Batman. He was the Batman for the General Dwight Eisenhower. That's why I invited him. And then followed by Mr. Roger, which is one of the saber. And then last but not least, the man who are wearing the maroon beret. Okay? Mr. Pablo, which is came from British Airborne Division. So gentlemen, please. He has problem with the legs, so that's why he has to stay on that wheelchair. Okay? So gentlemen, we're going back to our business here. Our aim today, we're going to analyze the leadership styles and qualities of General Dwight Eisenhower and his effective roles in Operations Overlord. So today we just focus on Operation Overlord. Quite hot today, so I want to open my caps. Gentlemen, please. Except you, if you want to open, it's okay. I know that paratrooper will not open their beret. It's up to you, sir. Okay, hold on, gentlemen. Please behave yourself, okay? We have big business here, alright? So, gentlemen, this is our aim actually, and our scopes, what we're going to cover today. Yeah. We have 6 scopes. We start from background and then we're going to end by conclusions. Okay, gentlemen. I'm not too great to talk all the time, so I will love to call upon our first panels, which is Mr. Ambrose. He's going to describe a bit about General Eisenhower. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your inviting me to this forum. And I have a great pleasure here, the opportunity to have in the same stage platform together with our veteran in the World War II who have fight and sacrificed his life to the nation together with our idol today, that is General Dwight David Eisenhower. So just as the opening remark, that we will discuss about him, about the general. So for your information, General is also the 34th president of our country, which he have hold the position from 1953 to 1961. And he is born on 14 October 1890 in Texas, and the third son of David Jacob and Ida Steuben Eisenhower. So just a simple background of him. He's born in Texas, but then moved to Abilene, Kansas, where from that he together with his family staying there and have finished his studies and graduate in 1909. Then he started his so-called his military career in the 1911 when he appointed. First of all, in the 1911, he attended the U.S. Naval Academy, but unfortunately, he is not make it because of his age. He's too old to be accepted to the academy. Then he turned to the West Point, and then during his cadet period in the West Point, he is one of the student that so-called as giving the opportunity to be in the class known as the star-studded students, where the class have been produced 59 general along the period, along this history, including him. And then in 1915, he has been graduate, which he hold the position 61st from 164 cadet and commissioned into the infantry. I hope that's all for the introduction of himself. Yeah, and after that, he managed to be a star in his military career. That's all for this time.
Okay, thank you, sir. Quite lengthy introductions. Next, well, what we have next, gentlemen, we're going to show you clips going on General Eisenhower. So, gentlemen, please focus yourself to that slide. We're going to show you a clip going on General Eisenhower. Yeah, just pay attention.
Eisenhower victoriously led the Allied forces in the largest land invasion in history on the coast of Normandy, France during World War II. Eisenhower stood back up against the Normandy childhood, failed to make large changes to America. His legacy will forever live on as a strategic military leader who helped bring an end to World War II. He eventually went on to become the 34th President of the United States in 1953. His legacy as a great president who in time of war and peace gave Americans hope and confidence during his 8 years as President of the United States. Dwight Eisenhower was born on October 14, 1890 in Denison, Texas, and was the third of 7 children in his family. The family lived in a tiny house, and his father worked at his brother-in-law's creamery. As Dwight grew up, he was very athletic. He played baseball and football at Abilene High School. Eisenhower eventually received a military scholarship at the United States Military College in West Point, New York. In 1915, Eisenhower graduated from the United States Military College, and he married Mamie Dowd and had 2 sons. It was during this time that World War I broke out in Europe, and the United States declared war against Germany. At that time, Dwight was a young officer assigned to training camps in Georgia and Maryland. He hoped for a combat assignment overseas, but instead he was assigned to train young soldiers for combat on military bases in the United States and in France. While in France, his job was to write a guide to World War I battlefields and to study the French terrain, railroads, and highways. This knowledge and experience would later help him in the invasion of occupied France. World War I finally came to an end in 1918. After the war, Dwight got many interesting assignments. However, a turning point in his military career came when he became an aide to General Douglas MacArthur. Dwight, also nicknamed Ike, learned from General MacArthur's leadership style, which was very domineering and contrary to Ike, who was more tolerant of people's differences and failings. In 1939, the Axis forces, consisting of Italy, Japan, and Germany, were invading territories in Europe and Asia. The United States entered World War II after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, killing 2,335 U.S. servicemen in Hawaii. Ike's leadership skills would prove to be valuable when he was named commanding general for the American troops and the Allied forces in Europe. As Supreme Commander, Eisenhower worked with British, French, and other Allied leaders and soldiers to strategically plan D-Day, the largest land invasion on a shoreline of Normandy, France, to force the Nazis back to Germany. The soldiers were devoted to Eisenhower because he considered the troops' morale to be the greatest single factor in successful warfare.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you.
General Eisenhower led the D-Day invasion, also known as Operation Overlord, which included 5,000 ships, 1,200 airplanes, 130,000 troops, and 23,000 paratroopers from all of the Allied forces.
The Allied force, which invaded Europe on June 6, 1944, has utterly defeated the Germans by land, sea, and air.
On May 7, 1945, an unconditional surrender was signed by German General Alfred Jodl at Reims, France. After Germany's surrender, Eisenhower was made military governor of the U.S.
All right, thank you. So please over the line. ladies and gentlemen, before I forget that, this is the live. So, person was see, okay, who are watching at TV. So you can send a message if you want to have any question or you want to have interaction with the panel here. You can send a message to me, or you can SMS to me by typing anything you like and send it to 27277, which is our connected to my PC. Other than that, if you don't have your phones, you can online by using your Facebook, put a comment there and read all the questions that you might want to ask. People who are in this room, you can ask the question after when we reach the question and answer session. Okay? So after that, I believe all of you have seen what was happened during the period of General Eisenhower. Even though some of you are nodding, well, might be they understand, so some of you are nodding because they are sleeping. It's just up to you, gentlemen. So next we will proceed to the military accomplishment. So I want to call upon our experts in military politics, which is Mr. John Barn. Yeah, please.
Thank you, host. Okay, before we go to the military accomplishment by General Eisenhower, okay, before that, from my research and from the book I read, we know that General Eisenhower is the one example general, which is a successful general during the World War II. A lot of achievement, accomplishment done by himself. Okay, here I will elaborate some of achievement that we have done. Okay. General Eisenhower, she's a brilliant program of alliances, partnership, and coalition. The other achievement by himself, and the others is master using the full range of diplomatic, political, and economic resource to win World War II. He also used those resources to win the peace. Okay. Other than that, as supreme commanders of the Allied military operation in the World War II, in the Mediterranean, and then in Northwest Europe, General Eisenhower made the crucial and frequently controversial decisions that lead to victory. Yeah. In the tactical side, a lot of good decisions on tactical that General Eisenhower decided on to be achieve successful missions. Okay. He also held together the military alliance. The shining moment for his command came at in early June 1944, when he led successful alliance force in the greatest amphibious invasion in history. It's normal because he's senile. Maybe senile. Here, this promote unity among the nation allied in opposition to communities. Aggression as he did among service in the US military establishment. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of decision technical, successful decided by himself. And before the D-Day, non-commanders very caring, take care about the safety for the soldiers. But for the general as over, the lesson learned from DDA, she come up with one sentence. The soldiers, sailor, and airmen are indestructible in the elements, courage, determination, and fortitude. They inspire me. To his general, he was a stern, demanding commander, but to his troop, he was simply. Okay, that is some of accomplishment by General Eisenhower. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Barnes. Okay. So next, we already heard about his introduction and then bit of his accomplishment toward the military aspect. So we're going to go deeper. So together with us, just I mentioned you earlier, we brought here that Eisenhower Batman, who used to serve with her about 10 years. He is quite young during that invasion. So I would like to call him to share with us about the characteristics about Eisenhower leadership, because he is the close person to the Eisenhower. Yeah, please, Mr. Spencer.
I shine these shoes every day.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
Is Sir Mark Spencer, retired. Now I am Muslim. As you know, gentlemen, I've been worked with General Eisenhower for 10 years. However, my age now is about 95. So I'm sorry if I'm forget. So our organizer will show my screen. First of all, let me tell to you the characteristic of the General Eisenhower from 10 years that I've known him. First, there are many factors that contribute to effective leadership. And I will address. The first characteristic, which is effective, his leadership, is empathy and understanding and identification with another person feeling situation and goals. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, he is the happy person that I've known under his command. Understanding, which is he willing to understand each level of soldier problems, and then he try to put his feet on our shoes. An effective leader, he also is first leaders show tenacious determination, resolve, never wavering in spite of obstacle. Other than that, based on what I know him, he is a good leader. He is able to detach himself from the situation and analyze it from a distance. He also have excellent communication skill with other peoples. He managed to attract people. Not every leader will have an intimate knowledge of the subject, but he will be able to turn to the people
in the know and gather any necessary resources as required. He also have some positive leadership traits that Eisenhower was his ability to be honest, self-reliant, hardworking, ambitious, and God-fearing. Okay, the leadership qualities that Eisenhower have that can we share together and we take as an example to everybody, which is he's an excellent trainer. He was an instructor before. He tried to train the soldier as much, share knowledge as much as he can. Confident, of course, he is a confident person. Strong team builder, because he's always with the soldiers and people around him. He's a strong team builder. He can influence people. Honorable, loyal, great listener, and good decision making. I think that's all for the leadership that I can share with you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Spencer. So, gentlemen, we will break for a while for waiting for the commercial break, and we will be coming back after 5 minutes. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Dwight David Eisenhower. As General Chief of the Allied Force, why did not hold his military office? He was the one who decided that day to land and honor Normandy and a timely way. Camp David after his grandson. Aha. He modernized our system of roads.
Okay, gentlemen, we're back to our business. So next, we're going to see what is Operation Opponent and the 5-star general. So, for these things, I would like to call upon our strong paratroopers. So, excuse me. Please, please. Okay, sir, please. So, can you describe a bit about you are involved in the Operation a lot, right? So, can you share with us based on your experience during that period of time?
I'm Corporal Pablo from 2nd Battalion of British Paras. Why I want to smoke because I'm stressed about this operation. I have to jump at night. That's why. So in this operation, I, as a part of 6 Infantry British Division, which is I have to jump east coast of the Normandy coast in vicinity Syndicate. So about this operation, I want to share with you my humble experience. Before we jump, I also have the opportunity, great opportunity to meet with this greatest general. Actually, before we jump, he gathered all of us and he say his experience, and he also shake hand with us. He asked about what we will do after the operation, not only about the training. So I think I and my friend it boosts our morals before we jump that night. So with me is another battalion of British forces and a Canadian battalion. We jump at 12 midnight east of the Normandy. Then you can see the map. Can I show with the Thank you, doctor. So we jump here. In my mission given from my commander, I have to clear bridge. There are 2 main bridges there, which is Pegasus Bridge in vicinity Caen and one bridge in a river on Olner River. So this bridge, when we jump here, I have managed to kill 2 platoon of the bastard German. Yes, that's why you can see my medal here. That's all.
Quite experienced, so I can see that you have a lot of experience jumping with the bullet all around, so it is quite brave, yeah, sir. Okay, next we will also invite an experienced shepherd who involved in that invention. Together with us, Mr. Roger. We'd like to hear his experience.
Actually, I was served at the 1st Assault Regiment from the Royal Engineer, which is under command of 29 Infantry Divisions, which is landed at Omaha Beach. Our task is for clear the obstacles at the beachhead and the forward sides. So on the invasion begins with the overnight parachute, as mentioned by my friends, and the massive attacks, naval bombardment for the early morning, amphibious landings. Can we proceed? Talk about Eisenhower. I met him one day before the D-Days. Even at that time, I was Cyprus, but the general, but I can have the opportunity to meet the General Eisenhower. I have a picture for that moment. That is my picture actually. So that's all. Thank
So next, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to cover on what the success achieved towards the Operation Overlord. So once again, I would like to call upon Mr. Ambrose to give us a little bit about the success achieved during this invasion.
Okay, thank you. Okay, analysis from my reading on his success and failure during the conduct of Overlord operation. First, I have come up with the 4 points. The first point is he is capable, his ability, his leadership is able to convince and converge a multinational force and unite multinational force under his command as a supreme allied commanders during the operation to fight for one common cause, that they are gathering together with the different political of their nation, fighting one common enemy. Then the second point, I says that he managed to maintain the security and secrecy of the operation, and he planned for the amphibious landing and airborne landing, very successful. And together with him is the guys who are backing him for the planning and logistic for the operation. That's all for the success and failure of his operation.
Okay. Eisenhower is a good man, so he's a good general. So, based on what has been told by our panels, I can conclude to these forums that General Eisenhower portrayed a great character of leadership and command that was seconds to none during World War II. Although he was deprived of command during his early years in military career, he eventually was trusted with major command responsibilities after impressing his superiors on his ability. This led him to command the most important and decisive post in world history, which is the Allied Supreme Commander. During the invasion of Europe on D-Day, which is known as Operation Overlord or Operation Neptune. Gentlemen, regarded as the biggest military operations in the history of the world, this operation was success through delicate and proper planning, and also the great brains that designed the plan, tested it, and executed it, effectively bringing liberations to Europe from the German. It was not easy to achieve, but made possible by the combined efforts of the great general and soldier, as you can see. Combinations of the great general and soldiers under the command of Ike, which is the Eisenhower himself. Operation Overlord goes down in history as the most successful military campaigns, which comprise of thousands of equipment and millions of men. Why they call it Overlord? Because it comprises of millions of men. It is well remembered as a day when insufficient technology was not a barrier in conducting a successful military operations. Although the German could face was far more superior to the adversary. The amount of training enabled the Air Force to counter such advantage and provide air superiority, something extremely crucial during that time. Having said, it goes to prove that determination, courage and strong leadership. I can see that you are eager to ask me the question. No problem, you have get the time, okay? Let me finish my last paragraph. Having said, it's just to prove that determination,